Hello, my name is James Crawford, and I'm a magnificent beard attached to a mediocre human being. At 100 XP, we've been going to the convention formerly known as Eurogamer for many years, and we're hoping we can use our experience to make your visit a better one. In the following video, we're going to be identifying some pitfalls that new convention goers tend to fall into, and in watching this video, hopefully you can avoid. Your first challenge when attending EGX London is of course getting there. EGX London is in London, which is in England, which is on the planet Earth. If you're unsure of how to get to London, England or the planet Earth, you may wish to pack with you a map of London, a map of London Underground, a map of England, a map of the planet Earth and your local star system holocube. I personally recommend taking the train into London. It's a lot easier when you're not having to deal with traffic and finding a parking spot for your UFO. Food is required for your sustained survival, so it's logical that you'd seek some out during your visit. However, in and around the Earl's Court area, food is extremely expensive. Anything as little as a sandwich can set you back £4 or £5. For those of you travelling from abroad, pounds of course is the English word for dollars. We advise packing a packed lunch. If you really want to save those doubloons, you could even take a cooked dinner. A while after eating, some species may have to evacuate waste product from their digestive systems. This is typically done in the toilets provided, and doing so on the show floor is generally discouraged. As well maintained as the toilets are, there are a lot of people attending, and queues can get as long as those for the games on the show floor. You may wish to take some toilet roll, as it can be used as a rudimentary bartering system. I must stress my next point very strongly. Don't eat Indian or Mexican food. Just don't do it. Don't do it to you, and don't do it to me. Last year, somewhere near 50,000 people attended the convention, and at least 12 of them played the demo games. That's a lot of hands, and that can be a sanitary risk. Think of all the people touching those controllers. I contracted syphilis. I'm at least 50% sure that was from touching an unsanitary Xbox controller. With that in mind, you may wish to bring sanitary wipes, gloves, and a bottle of bleach. Cosplay is encouraged at EGX, but can cause some new convention goers to question their grip on reality. Seeing fictional characters walking around can be quite confusing, but please be assured, these are merely normal people dressing up and not the characters themselves. Here's a pro tip. Bring an Xbox or PlayStation controller with you and fiddle about on the thumbsticks or buttons. If you can't control the characters while you're doing so, they're probably just people. If you do want to cosplay at EGX, we advise taking your costume and putting it in your bag on the trip there, as travelling in it can cause you to look like a complete twat. Oh, and if you want to dress up as Deadpool, don't. One of the hardest experiences for newly attending conventioners is queue length. Queues at EGX can last up to 4 or 5 days, and during that time, new convention goers have been known to experience hard to bear symptoms such as loss of sanity. We advise taking some reading material, a Game Boy, PSP, maybe even a board game, just to keep you entertained.
Are you not entertained?
As well as this, a portable chair is a lifesaver. Remember, this is a portable chair. This is not. If you are planning for staying for more than one day, you may require heat and shelter during the night cycle when the convention is closed. Although this is tip 6, it's probably best that you've addressed this before you follow the other 5 tips and arrive in London. Hotels are a sensible option for accommodation.
Eurogamer's next week, dude.
For last minute accommodation, we advise fighting or sucking off a tramp for his box. Alternatively, you could murder a family and take that home. Tents are also a suitable last minute accommodation and can be acquired for money. When fighting a tramp or murdering a family, we advise taking a weapon, as using your fists can hurt and take some time. On top of that, demand on the convention floor for top tier games can run quite high, and the queuing areas frequently devolve into violence. We advise taking an axe or polearm like weapon so that you can get involved with some gusto while still being safe at arm's reach. Those were our top tips for EGX. We hope they helped and we hope to see you there. But if you can't make it this year, just remember, I'm going so you don't have to.